Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. So today we're diving into some news that's been making waves in UK medical education.
Big waves.
You could say that, yeah, the medical doctor degree apprenticeship program has been, paused, I guess is the word.
Yeah, indefinitely is what they're saying.
Okay, so this was launched, last year?
Yeah, just last year.
And it was supposed to be this, revolutionary earn while you learn model, right?
Right.
Combining academic study with actual on-the-job training at NHS trusts.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point was to open up these medical careers to more people.
Wider talent pool, exactly.
You're right, wider talent pool.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you listening who, are interested in maybe becoming a doctor in the UK, but not through the traditional route, this news is probably like, oh no, what does this mean for me?
Definitely concerning.
Yeah. So let's rewind a bit and just lay out the groundwork here. Remind everyone what this program was supposed to be.
Okay, so yeah, as you said, launched last year, pretty much brand new idea for the UK, trying to address the doctor shortage.
Yeah. Huge problem.
Right, a huge problem. And the idea was that instead of going through the traditional medical school route, you would be employed by an NHS trust.
So you're getting paid?
You're getting paid while you're training, and that makes it a lot more accessible for people.
Right, so it takes away that financial barrier.
Exactly.
Which, let's be honest, is huge for a lot of people.
Huge, yeah.
But then, and this is the shocker, the program's been put on hold.
Yeah.
Indefinitely. Universities were told to stop recruitment.
Halt everything.
And no one knows what's happening to the people who are already in the program.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, really. And this comes at a time when, the UK is facing a critical shortage of doctors.
Yeah, how bad is it?
Over 125,000 vacancies in the NHS.
And to put that in perspective, in 2023 alone, there were 27,000 applicants. We're vying for just 9,500 medical school places.
Yeah, so what happens to all those people who want to be doctors?
Right. Where do they go from here?
This is where, studying medicine abroad becomes really interesting.
Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Studying medicine abroad. So that's becoming more and more popular, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a proven pathway. And, there are a lot of international medical schools that offer fantastic training.
I mean, imagine studying medicine in the Caribbean or something.
Right, exactly.
That'd be pretty amazing.
It would be pretty cool.
And you can still come back and practice in the UK, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can still register with the GMC and come back here.
Okay, so that's good to know. But let's get back to this apprenticeship program for a minute. What were the specific concerns that led to this pause?
So the article we're looking at here highlights a few key issues.
Okay, lay them on us.
Okay, so one big worry was about inconsistent training across different NHS trusts.
Ah, so the quality of training wouldn't be the same everywhere.
Exactly. Some experts were worried that apprentices in one trust might not get the same level of education and experience.
As someone in a different trust. It's like
Yeah.
a postcode lottery for your medical training.
Yeah, basically. And then there were also concerns about the workload for these apprentices.
Right, because they're working and studying.
Right.
That's tough.
It is. It's very demanding. And there were also questions about, would these apprentice-trained doctors be seen as equal to those who went through the traditional medical school route?
Yeah, would their qualifications be fully recognized?
Right? Would there be a two-tier system within the profession?
Which would be bad.
Which, yeah, could impact their career progression.
So it's no wonder they hit pause. I mean, it's a lot to figure out.
It is.
So we've got this apprenticeship program on hold. What happens now?
Well, I think this pause is a chance to really reevaluate and improve the design of the program. The goal is to make medical education more accessible, without compromising quality.
Right, because we still need more doctors.
We do.
And we need good doctors.
Exactly.
So how do we strike that balance?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah?
And that's what they're trying to figure out, I think.
All right, so we've got a lot to unpack here, and we're going to keep talking about this after the break. Okay, so we're back, and we were just talking about this pause on the medical doctor degree apprenticeship program.
Right.
And, it's clear we need more doctors in the UK.
Absolutely a critical shortage.
So what happens to all these aspiring doctors who are like, wait, what now?
Well, it's not the end of the road. There are still options out there.
Like what?
Well, we've talked about studying medicine abroad.
Right, and it sounds amazing, but also kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, where do you even begin?
Exactly. How do you choose the right school? How do you even know what schools are out there?
It's a lot to navigate.
It is. So that's where a company like Medlink Students can be really helpful.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
specialize in guiding students through this whole process.
Okay, so walk me through this. How do they actually help?
Well, first off, they help you choose the right medical school.
Okay, based on what?
Your academic background,
Oh.
your career goals, even your preferred location. I mean, they have partnerships with a wide range of reputable international medical schools.
So they can help you find a school that's a good fit for you.
Exactly. Not just some generic recommendation,
That's huge because I bet a lot of people are like, I don't even know where to start.
right?
But what about the application process? I mean, getting into medical school is super competitive.
Oh, yeah. It's tough no matter where you apply.
So how do they help with that?
Well, they guide you through every step, from understanding the specific entry requirements for each school.
Right, because those are different
Yeah,
everywhere.
they're all different. And then they help you craft those all-important personal statements.
Ugh, yes, the personal statement.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Everyone remembers that. It's like the most stressful part.
It is.
But they help you make yours stand out and really showcase, your strengths and why you want to be a doctor.
So it's like having a coach in your corner.
Exactly. Someone who's been there, done that.
Okay, so let's say you get accepted, you go to medical school abroad, you graduate, you're ready to come back to the UK.
Mhm.
What happens then?
Well, you need to register with the General Medical Council.
The GMC.
Right. The GMC, they're the regulatory body for doctors in the UK.
And I bet they have a lot of requirements.
Oh, yeah, they do. And it can be pretty confusing.
Especially when you're dealing with different countries and medical education systems.
Exactly. But Medlink Students helps you with that, too. They guide you through the whole GMC registration process.
So they make sure you have all your ducks in a row.
Exactly. So you can smoothly transition back to practicing medicine in the UK.
Okay, so they help you choose a school. They help you with the application process. They help you with the GMC registration. It sounds like they really hold your hand through the whole journey,
They do. They take a lot of the stress and guesswork out of it.
which I'm sure is a huge relief for a lot of people.
It is.
But are there any downsides to using a service like this?
Well, I mean, it is an investment. Their services do come at a cost.
Right.
But for a lot of students, that cost is worth the peace of mind and the personalized guidance they get.
It's like anything else. You weigh the costs and benefits. And in this case, having that expert support could really make a difference in achieving your dream of becoming a doctor.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're talking about something as complex as studying medicine abroad.
Exactly. And let's not forget, the intangible benefits of studying abroad.
Like what?
Well, you get to experience a new culture, you broaden your horizons, you get this global perspective on healthcare.
That's true. I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah, it's not just about the degree, it's about personal and professional growth, too.
It makes you a more well-rounded person.
Exactly.
So I can see why this pathway is becoming more and more popular. But, I think there's still this perception that studying abroad is the easy way out.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that, too.
Like it's somehow less rigorous than studying medicine in the UK.
Right, which is not true at all.
So what would you say to people who think that?
I'd say the international medical schools that Medlink Students partners with, they maintain very high standards. They have rigorous curricula, experienced faculty, modern facilities.
So it's not a cakewalk.
No, it's not. And you still have to pass the GMC's assessments to practice in the UK.
The bar is still high.
The bar is very high.
Okay, that's good to know. So it's not a shortcut by any means, but it is an alternative path.
Exactly. And it might be a better fit for some students.
Right. Speaking of other options,
Yeah.
What about this apprenticeship program? Do you think it'll ever come back?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think this pause is a chance to, reassess and make improvements.
Like what kind of improvements?
Well, maybe they'll pilot the program in a smaller group of NHS trusts.
Yeah.
Focus on the ones with really strong track records in medical education.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or maybe they'll develop stricter quality assurance measures to make sure that training is consistent across all the locations.
Right, so you're not getting a different experience depending on where you are.
Exactly.
But even if the program does come back, it seems like we still need these other options.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one size doesn't fit all when it comes to education.
Especially in medicine.
Especially in medicine.
So aspiring doctors really need to do their research,
They do, and they need to find the path that's right for them.
which can be tough.
It can be. But that's why having resources like Medlink Students is so valuable.
They can help you figure it all out.
Exactly.
Okay, so for those listeners who are like, okay, I'm interested in studying medicine abroad, what should they do?
Well, I'd say reach out to Medlink Students. They offer a free consultation.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's no pressure. You can just chat with them, discuss your circumstances, explore your options.
And get some expert advice.
Exactly.
That sounds like a good first step.
I think so. And, they've helped so many students achieve their dreams of becoming doctors.
It's inspiring.
It is.
Yeah.
And they're really passionate about making this process as smooth as possible.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about studying medicine abroad, but what about those listeners who maybe aren't keen on moving to another country? What other options are out there?
Well, there are graduate entry medicine programs.
Right, for people who already have a degree in something
Mm.
else.
Exactly. And those programs tend to be accelerated so you can earn your medical degree in a shorter time frame.
That's good for people who maybe decided later in life that they want to be a doctor.
Right. They don't have to start from scratch.
And there are also online resources and prep courses, right?
Oh, yeah. Tons of them. They can help you strengthen your application no matter what pathway you choose.
So there's a lot of support out there.
There is. You just have to know where to look.
And that's where Medlink Students comes in.
Exactly.
I'm thinking about our listeners right now, and I bet some of them are feeling discouraged by this news about the apprenticeship program.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So what would you say to them?
I'd say don't give up on your dreams. This setback doesn't define your future.
It's just a bump in the road.
Exactly. Remember, there are multiple paths to becoming a doctor. It's about finding the one that's right for you.
And sometimes that new path might even be better.
It might be.
So how do we help these aspiring doctors explore those other paths?
Well, that's what we're here for.
Right, we're here to provide information and resources.
And to connect people with organizations like Medlink Students who can offer that personalized guidance.
Okay, so let's wrap things up and talk about what we've learned today. So we've talked about, the apprenticeship program getting paused, and then all these other options for aspiring doctors.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
It is, but it's really exciting to see how much medical education is changing.
It is. It's a really dynamic time.
And, for our listeners who are like, okay, I'm ready to explore these other options, what should they do next?
Well, if studying medicine abroad is something you're considering, I highly recommend reaching out to Medlink Students.
Yeah, they seem like they really know their stuff.
They do, and they offer a free consultation so you can just chat with them.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just discuss your situation, see what your options are.
And get some expert advice.
Exactly.
That's a good starting point.
Yeah, and the best part is they support you throughout the whole journey.
Like from start to finish.
From choosing a school to navigating the GMC registration when you come back to the UK.
So they're with you every step of the way.
They are.
That's reassuring.
It is.
It's like having a mentor in your corner.
It really is.
So thinking about the future of medical education, what other innovations do you think we might see in the UK?
Well, I think technology is going to play an even bigger role.
Like how?
Well, more virtual reality simulations, for one.
Oh, wow. So like practicing surgeries in a virtual environment?
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And online learning platforms are going to become even more sophisticated.
So you can connect with educators and mentors from all over the world.
Right. It really opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
It does. It breaks down those geographical barriers.
And I think we'll also see more personalized learning.
Like tailoring medical education to each student's needs.
Exactly, because everyone learns differently.
So more flexible study options.
Right. Blended learning models that combine online modules with in-person clinical rotations.
It sounds like the future of medical education is all about accessibility and flexibility.
It is, and embracing new technologies.
That's exciting.
It is. It's a really exciting time to be in this field.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you, our listener, for joining us on this deep dive into UK medical education.
It's been a pleasure.
And remember, the journey to becoming a doctor might have some unexpected turns.
It might.
But with determination and the right information,
And the right support.
your dreams are definitely within reach.
So keep that passion alive.
Explore your options and never stop believing in yourself.
That's the key.
And until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and keep diving deep.